Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys, coach sends strong message on Ezekiel Elliott role. It would be tempting to look around in the Cowboys running back room and decide that since Ezekiel Elliott is back in town and again in his familiar surroundings after a one-year walkabout in the AFC, he will be the guy carrying the heavy load for the Cowboys next year. Oh, but Coach Mike McCarthy has other ideas on that. Speaking about the transition phase that the Cowboys' running game finds itself in after the departure of free agent Tony Pollard in March, McCarthy said it will be his goal to ensure that Elliott does not have to handle too much of the Cowboys' workload in 2024. McCarthy was asked whether Elliott would be the man again back in Dallas. McCarthy was pretty emphatic in saying no. "I don't think that's fair," he said. "What do you mean? The guy carried the ball more than anybody in the history of football in the first couple of years. That's not going to be his role. We're a running back by committee. He'll definitely play at the level that he's played at in my time here. I anticipate that. I don't see any drop-off in the way he moves." McCarthy is right. Elliott has as sterling a resume as a Cowboys running back as just about any in franchise history. He led the league in rushing as a rookie, and again in his third season, and led the NFL in yards per game for his first 3 years, at 108.7 yards, 98.3 and 95.6. He scored 68 touchdowns in 7 seasons. But as so often happens with NFL running backs, Elliott flamed out under the weight of his early workload. He had 4 great seasons to start his career, but he declined precipitously after that. By his final season in Dallas, in 2022, he tallied 58.4 yards per game and a career-low 3.8 yards per carry. Last year with the Patriots, that dropped to 3.5 yards per carry. Still, it is a concern that the Cowboys have so little proven talent in the running back room heading into the depths of the summer. They could yet add another body, but as it stands, the Cowboys have Elliott, last year's backup Rico Dowdle, 2023 sixth-rounder Deuce Vaughn. Even a bigger concern was the Cowboys' decision not to pick up a running back during the draft, when the opportunity presented itself. Heading into the draft, it appeared a near certainty that Dallas would select one of a thin crop of incoming backs. But, when given a chance to pick a running back with the 87th pick in the 3rd round, Marshawn Lloyd from USC was the next player drafted, with Jalen Wright and Bucky Irving leading a 4th-round run on backs. The Cowboys instead went with Notre Dame linebacker Marist Liufau. Linebacker was a need, no doubt, but running back appeared to be much more pressing. Team VP of Personnel Will McClay said after the draft that the team passed on a running back because of the way the board unfolded, and that having Elliott as a backup plan was good enough for the team. "I think the running back position this day and age is not that old-school number 1 guy as the lead back and the others fill in. It's a group by committee," McClay told the Dallas Morning News. What Elliott will add to that group, we're excited about, as well as the other pieces with it and how we add that to the offense and use them for their skill sets in adding something to our group. Mike McCarthy says he hasn't seen a drop-off in Ezekiel Elliott's abilities as a running back. It has been a minute now since the Dallas Cowboys brought back Ezekiel Elliott, but given the lead-up to it happening, it has felt real for much longer than that. Elliott's history with the team makes it feel even less strange than normal. Zeke has been in the NFL for 9 seasons and has spent all of them save for his most recent with America's team. Just because he was elsewhere in 2023 did not establish a night and day difference, so his return is a rather normal thing. That being said, the how we got here of Elliott's return to Dallas is a bit notable given that the Cowboys chose not to participate in the early parts of free agency at the running back position and, whether by design or coincidence, left the 2024 NFL Draft without a new one in tow. It seems that their compass was always pointed in this direction, but that admittedly requires making a bit of an assumption. However it happened, Elliott is back with the team. When he first returned, the implication seemed to be that he would be more of a complementary part of the overall rushing attack, but as the weeks have worn on, that verbiage has changed a bit. Mike McCarthy took to the podium on Saturday and said that Zeke seems physically as good as he was in his past and that he will be a big part of a running back by committee. McCarthy did not use the word workload but instead said that Zeke will play at the level he's played with the team in the past in terms of actual production. The last time that we saw Zeke featured, he received the fewest amount of carries that he ever had in a Cowboys uniform, 231 in the 2022 season, and a big reason for that was Tony Pollard was also getting a lot of the reps. It remains to be seen if Rico Dowdle or Deuce Vaughn, no disrespect to Royce Freeman or anyone else, can be that person. Overall, the depth at the position is relatively shallow, and highlights how Dallas should continue adding there even if they are fine with Zeke as a primary option, especially if they don't want Zeke to have a huge workload. Cowboys may sign 23 TD quarterback after extended tryout. There is another quarterback that is catching the eyes of the Dallas Cowboys in former Northwest Missouri State signal caller Mike Hohensee Jr. The Cowboys needed a quarterback for rookie minicamp given the team did not draft or sign a player at the position. Dallas brought in Hohensee on a tryout basis, and the rookie is already impressing. One player, former NW Missouri State QB Mike Hohensee, is at Cowboys rookie minicamp on a tryout basis, giving team an arm for its on-field work, the Dallas Morning News' Michael Gelkin detailed in a May 10, 2024 message on X. Hohensee and second-round D. Marshawn Kneeland are the only unsigned players here. Hohensee has already caught the attention of the Cowboys coaching staff. The undrafted quarterback could present the front office with a dilemma as the team already has Dak Prescott, Cooper Rush and Trey Lance under contract for this season. There is already plenty of interest in the position as Prescott is going into the final season of his current deal. Head coach Mike McCarthy gushed about the first impression Hohensee is making during minicamp. I do not recall a young quarterback coming in here on a tryout and commanding the huddle, McCarthy explained during a May 10 press conference. And the quality of just the reps of getting in and out of the huddle and the understanding being this high. 1,974 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions, while completing 62% of his passes in 9 appearances during the 2023 season. Hohensee also added a rushing touchdown last season. The Cowboys are considering whether to sign Hohensee, which would mean the team carries 4 quarterbacks heading into training camp. Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy added it will be a conversation Saturday about whether to carry 4 quarterbacks into training camp. Gelkin noted in a May 10 message on X, Mike Hohensee may be earning an extended opportunity. It is not just the Cowboys who Hohensee has impressed. Heading into the draft, the quarterback earned a shout-out from Hall of Fame quarterback Kurt Warner. "Keep working, young man, know you will be ready when that moment comes," Warner remarked in a March 25 message on X. The undrafted rookie is the son of former NFL quarterback Mike Hohensee, who also spent time in the CFL, AFL, and USFL. It appears being the son of a former pro quarterback is helping Hohensee make some noise, despite going undrafted. Even if Dallas opts to sign Hohensee, the quarterback still has a lot to prove before making the final roster. No NFL team carries 4 quarterbacks on the active roster. Last season, the Cowboys utilized Lance as the team's emergency quarterback on game day, while Prescott and Rush remained ahead on the depth chart. It is worth pondering whether Dallas will push to have Lance take over backup duties as he heads into the final season of his rookie contract. Could the Cowboys explore trading or releasing Rush prior to Week 1? This would open up an opportunity for Hohensee to take over the third quarterback duties. The rookie still has a lot to prove before presenting the Cowboys with a difficult decision. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Mike Hohensee? Leave your opinion in the comments.